All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 18 of our challenge. And this has me pissed off, so that's why we're doing this. So, okay, Farzin, I now you want to try pronouncing it, did uh, found a poll, and frankly, a lot of people around here are really fucking stupid. So, 375 residents from Overland Park and Leewood were surveyed, and the majority of them prefer both the Royals and Chiefs stay at the Truman Source Complex. First of all, not happening. That's the depth of your stupidity. The Royals have themselves said we're not staying. Okay, um, that's that's the big that's the big one. The Royals themselves said we're not staying. Uh, we're going downtown or elsewhere, but staying at Kauffman is not happening. All right, it's going to cost too much. It's going to cost more to renovate the stadium than it is to uh, build a new. All right, that should have been a big takeaway from those town halls, and so that is an episode of the podcast. Is one of the town halls. So number one, number two. How many of you have actually been downtown? How many of these 375 people have actually been downtown? Because that's stupid. Uh, Saying, "Oh, there's no way to park. How are people gonna get in and out?" Oh, fuck you people. My God. My God. Oh, yeah. Um, a new ballpark probably wouldn't be open until 2030, 2032, around there. There should be extensions ready to go by then, beyond what's already there. And yeah, just park in the fucking plaza, take the streetcar to Union Station, and just get off there. But I digress. Let's look at this stuff. So, regardless of whether any government incentives are used overall, where would you most prefer to see the Royals Stadium complex exist after the current lease on Kauffman Stadium ends after the 2030 season? And they asked 375 adults in OP or Leewood. Oh, that's fine. I don't recall taking this, but it's okay. And they broke it down by age, income, whether or not they were a Royals or Chiefs fan. 40% said stay at the existing complex. Again, not fucking happening. All right. 26% Asperia, that's South OP. Um, okay, two things on this one. One, that would replicate many of the same issues existing currently at Kauffman, with the sole exception being there's actually business being built around it. Number one. Number two, there's no room for it. Um, all the stuff just around that area, all the empty space that was there, it's being filled up really fucking quick. I shouldn't. I was there just the other day. All right, so I'm telling you, that's take it off the table. Take it off the table, and people just don't want it. Only 13% said downtown. Only 13. So a combined 66% are addicted to cars, clearly, and probably have never set foot downtown because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and probably never set foot in a downtown ballpark either. They really wouldn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Baseball belongs downtown, period. Okay? Baseball belongs downtown, period. All right? Um, so yeah, that's not out yet, but I did a 7 parts long form where I think the first parts was talking about this. Um, yeah, the vast majority of major league teams are downtown, so there's absolutely no reason why this team can't be downtown, especially given the still lack of activities to do uh, around there. You know, it seems like that's the final piece of the puzzle. So cut that shit out about wanting to stay where they are. That's not happening. And one more thing. The last time I was at Kauffman, it was on the Royals as a result of going to their downtown halls, and it was with friend of the podcast, Pat Lamb. And I will tell you, getting out of that parking lot is a pain in the ass. A much bigger pain in the ass than it would be downtown. So shut the fuck up about that. Uh, and also the downtown at the Washington Square sites, that's literally right next to the Union Station stop on the streetcar. So you can take the streetcar and you don't have to try to get out all at once, which you currently do at the current ballpark because there's nothing around to do to kill time after before or after the game. Except go across 6 lines to drive to a fucking Taco Bell. And North KC, once again, I'm going to say is an acceptable alternative. But I can understand OP and Leewood folks not wanting to go there. 4%. I'm going to have to go there today anyway for work. Uh, so, so yeah, that one I could understand for people south of the river, but it is much more acceptable than South OP. All right, and certainly more acceptable than the current situation. The current situation just ain't happening. And let's not forget the revenue side of things, people. You're talking about a team that is consistently in the bottom three of team revenue, but I think only the Florida teams are worse. So, so yeah, let's wash that thought out of your fucking brains because it ain't happening. All right, and uh, and part two is regardless of whether any government incentives are used overall, where would you prefer to see the Chiefs stadium complex exist after the lease on Arrowhead it ends in 2030? Chiefs is a different story because okay, yeah, another complaint I hear from the anti crowd is, what are people going to tailgate? Tailgating is not part of baseball culture. Tailgating is very much part of football culture, but it's not part of baseball culture in any way, shape, or form. Um, stay at the stadium, 50%. Okay, in regards to the football team, okay, yeah, you can stay where you are. All right. If tailgating is that important to you, and tailgating actually is a part of the football culture, then yeah, that they can say, well, Western Wyandotte County, so Legends area, 26%. Should we really put more shit out there? Uh, but let's read some of these idiots commenting. Well, okay, so let's read some comment. The decision will have 0% to do with film nostalgia and preference and 100% based on business decision, the best long-term financial package for the owners and team. Okay, I agree. I agree there because once again, Royals bottom three in revenue in all Major League Baseball. I don't think it's a coincidence that the ballpark's current location has a lot to do with that. All right. And the team has said themselves, we will replicate the Crown scoreboard and fountains at any new ballpark. So what the fuck are you complaining about? This and some opposed done on the Missouri side with the same outcome. We truly have an amazing sports complex like no other. Say, I wish the team's front office still believed in Lamar and Ewing's visions. Okay, both those men are fucking dead. One and two. Once again, Royals. They they shouldn't be out there. They should be downtown. Period. End of story. End of story. Um, how they came to be there? Well, that um, spoiler. I've been invited to do another podcast, and invited specifically to talk about the Kansas City A's situation. Right? It all depends on who the 375 were polls are for. Alice, I agree with you. And I agree with Ed too. Truman Sports Complex will be an empty lot in less than 10 years. Maybe we can hold swap and shop there. And Derek, right on the money, pal. Who cares what they want? The Royals are not playing there past 2030. Where do we need? Where do they need a new stadium? Oh my God, you're so fucking stupid. Don't vote, don't drive, don't procreate. Nick may have the best. Okay, so I got two comments to Jerome Dumbass there. The Royals have had winning records 2 years in a row. New stadiums have nothing to do with winning. I would disagree there. I would I would disagree somewhat there. New stadiums tend to bring in new revenues that immediately go to getting the team uh, in a much better position. And Chad, okay, we're going to read Chad's full response to dumbass Jerome. Because as they have explained multiple times, the maintenance costs of keeping an old stadium going are at a tipping point where paying a loan interest is cheaper, so it just makes more sense to build something new than to put more money for something old. Could they build at the same location? Sure, but it's really not that good of a spot, and the community hasn't embarrassed the area. Embarrassed, maybe embraced, maybe? No, I think embraced is probably the better word there. Or built it up at all. Because if you know that part of town, you know they really can't. So it is very hilly and very forested. Uh, I think there's rock formations and shit underneath there to make it difficult. And yeah, that is not a good part of town to try to develop. And I, yeah, they've tried. Whereas downtown, you have at least a couple of spots that you can easily develop. So, second reason to build something new is that you can open up new revenue streams that currently are not possible. But to make use of those, you need to be located somewhere people will go for something smaller than an NFL game. Thank you, Chad. Both teams are not going to stay. The area is not developed since the stadium complex was built. I just told you why. It's actually gotten worse and worse in the last 4 decades, idiots. Face it, both teams are leaving Eastern Jackson County. Um, well, at least one is. I think the jury's still on the other one, on the football. Uh, Minnesota got rid of the dome, and the Vikings and Twins have sucked ever since. Uh, I think it has more to do with ownership than that. So, and also spoiler alerts to Wagon Burner. there. Did you ever see the video of snow collapsing in on the dome in Minneapolis? Because you wouldn't be making that statement if you had. Right? And also, when's the last time the Vikings won a Super Bowl? It's never happened. And there, oh, my comments there. So I did comment on my radio account there. So the Royals themselves said that saying Kauffman is a non-option. So stop already. And they have. All right. I think we're done here for now. So no, no. Well, stop share. And yeah, I think this will fulfill our quota for today for the NaPodPoMo. Tomorrow, I envision being a much busier day than today. So, but of course, I leave open the option that we'll be doing more later today. We'll see. All right. Take care, everyone.